Hi, this is day 11 after the insertion. Uh, let's see. The insertion process is pretty straightforward. My mother brought me because you can't drive home, and she said it's about 20 minutes. I was asleep. The surgeon said the whole process was about 5 minutes. Um, and one tip, if you are a lady of a certain age or you ever use any kind of bladder protection, bring it, use it, because you wake up with them pulling that tube out of your throat and you'll have a massive coughing fit. I was very glad that I wore something. Um, it wasn't painful at all, and it was really a breeze. I felt fine after, a little bit full, but no cramping, no nausea. I live about an hour away, so I was fine all the way home. They suggested I get like juice shack and get a juice with some protein. So I did that and I sipped it all the way home and I felt fine. When I got home, I took a nap. I woke up about an hour later with really bad, painful cramps. They give you a lot of medication before for cramps and nausea and heartburn. Take it. But I still woke up with really severe cramps. That went on for a few hours. And then the nausea started and vomiting. I vomited every 2 to 3 hours for 3 days. It was really, really awful. Um, I ended up going online to look for people that had been through it and see if you start wondering if you're in the normal range or if it's just like crazy and it turns out, yeah, it was normal. Very few people don't react at all. And some people have a very severe reaction that lasts for a few weeks. The severe part of my reaction lasted for 3 days into 4. But the 4th day, it was starting to calm down. I did have to go get 2 bags of fluids. I don't know where it was all coming from because I'd been on a liquid diet for 5 days before the insertion. But, it did end, or it did become not acute. Now it's just low-grade pukey, and I sort of feel that way all the time. It feels like that you're really full and you have indigestion and you really just don't want to eat, which is good. That's what it's for. I don't want to end up doing a liquid diet for 6 months and shutting my metabolism down even more than it is. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen, and it's not typically you get through this kind of liquid soft food stage in 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can eat solid food and have a regular diet, not a starvation liquid diet. So I'm anticipating that will be the case. I'm eventually supposed to get up to 1,390 calories a day, 139 grams of protein, which is a lot, 87 total grams of carbs, 27 or 25 sugar. That's laid out by the nutritionist, so that's what I'm going for. Right now I'm probably not at 500 yet. I have lost 17 pounds since July 9th, and it's the 24th. I started the liquid diet on the 9th. The insertion was the 13th. Today's the 24th, and I've lost 17 pounds. So that's good. If you do this, I would plan on being sick, not just uncomfortable, but sick, because that seems to happen to most people. Not everyone, but most people go through at least a few days of being really just flat out sick. It's very few who don't. So take off the time you need if you can. I was very fortunate. I expected to be back at work on Monday. The procedure was Friday. I expected to be able to go back to work on Monday, and I was not able to at all. So I was fortunate. I'm fortunate to have an understanding boss. I would have been in real trouble if that hadn't been the case. So I guess, if you can, plan to be out. Plan to have at least 4 days off where you really don't need to do much. Other than that, it seems to be moving along. Right now I'm still like liquids, soft foods, soup, yogurt, and that's about it. It seems it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm working toward a normal diet of solid food, a healthy calorie intake that won't shut my metabolism down. I'm a little bit concerned about that right now because my metabolism is already so slow. I don't need another kind of, you starved yourself for 6 months and now you're eating really real food again, and in a year from now you'll weigh 100 pounds more. Yay! So I'm hoping, I'm a little bit nervous about that at the moment, not being able to really have more than liquid or soft food and get more than 500 calories. That's not enough. Okay, but other than that, it's been certainly doable. Kind of miserable at the beginning, but it gets better. Don't be discouraged, and just keep going.